Hestia, the guardian of modern sanctuaries. Helen Hearth moves quietly through the halls of Haven House, a sprawling community center in the heart of Metropolitan City. Her warm brown eyes, flecked with gold like embers in a hearth, take in every detail as she pauses to straighten a crooked picture frame and adjust the temperature controls. As the founder and director of the Haven Network, a revolutionary organization that transforms abandoned buildings into community spaces and homeless shelters, she appears to be simply another dedicated humanitarian. Yet beneath this modern facade dwells Hestia herself, the ancient Greek goddess of the hearth, home, and family, who has found new ways to tend sacred flames in an age of electric lights and digital connections. Firstborn of the Titans Kronos and Rhea, Hestia was also the first to be swallowed by her father and the last to be disgorged. This experience, rather than traumatizing her, gave her profound insight into the importance of safe spaces and the strength found in caring for others. When Zeus offered her a seat among the 12 Olympians, she chose instead to tend the sacred hearth, understanding that true power lies not in dominion over others, but in creating spaces where all can find warmth and welcome. In ancient Greece, her presence was felt in every household and public building where fires burned. No meal was eaten, no sacrifice offered, without first honoring Hestia. Her temples were circular, like the hearths she protected, and in their centers burned eternal flames that symbolized the stability of civilization itself. As the keeper of these sacred fires, she was both the most honored and the most humble of the gods, refusing to participate in their squabbles and romantic entanglements, instead maintaining her vow of eternal virginity to remain focused on her vital duties. As humanity evolved and civilization changed, Hestia adapted her methods but never abandoned her mission. She witnessed the transformation of homes from simple hearths to complex living spaces, from communal longhouses to private apartments. She observed as technology replaced open fires with central heating, as microwaves supplanted cooking hearths, as digital screens became the modern gathering points where families once clustered around flames. The Industrial Revolution particularly challenged her. As people flocked to crowded cities, the concept of home became increasingly fragmented. She watched families squeeze into tenements, saw communities fracture under the pressure of urbanization. Yet even in the darkest factories, she found ways to nurture the spark of home, inspiring workers to create informal communities, encouraging them to share meals and stories, helping them maintain their humanity in dehumanizing conditions. Today, as Helen Hearth, she approaches her eternal mission with renewed purpose. The Haven Network, her modern expression of sanctuary, operates in cities worldwide. Each Haven house serves as a contemporary temple to her principles, not through worship, but through action. These centers provide more than just shelter. They offer spaces where people can cook together in community kitchens, gather in comfortable common areas, tend community gardens, and find the support they need to rebuild their lives. Her divine powers have evolved to meet modern needs. While she can still kindle physical flames, her true gift lies in igniting the metaphorical fires of community and belonging. She can sense where the threads of home and family have frayed and knows exactly how to strengthen them. Under her influence, sterile institutional spaces transform into warm, welcoming environments. Her presence can calm troubled hearts and ease the tensions that tear families apart. The sacred flames she tends now take many forms. In Haven House's community kitchen, she ensures that every meal prepared becomes an opportunity for connection. In the children's areas, she creates spaces where young ones feel secure enough to play and heal. In counseling rooms, she maintains an atmosphere where broken trust can be rebuilt and wounded hearts can begin to mend. Each Haven House has a central gathering space with a sculptural fireplace, gas-powered for safety but designed to evoke the primal comfort of ancestral hearths. Her greatest challenge in the modern world isn't maintaining physical fires, but preserving the essence of home in an increasingly fragmented society. Digital technology, while connecting people across vast distances, often creates barriers to intimate personal connections. She works to help families find balance, encouraging them to create sacred spaces in their homes where devices are set aside and genuine interaction can flourish. The challenges of the virtual age have led her to expand her domain in unexpected ways. She's developed programs that help families establish healthy digital boundaries while maintaining connections through technology. Her centers offer classes on everything from traditional cooking to digital literacy, helping bridge generational gaps and strengthen family bonds in modern contexts. Her ancient symbols have found new expression in her current work. The circular hearth is reflected in the architecture of Haven houses, which are designed with central communal spaces from which other services radiate. Her sacred flame appears in the organization's logo, a stylized fire rendered in warm oranges and golds. Even her Roman name, Vesta, lives on in the vestibule program, which helps families in crisis find immediate emergency shelter. Unlike many of her fellow gods who chose high-profile modern identities, Hestia prefers to work quietly behind the scenes. Her power has always been subtle, not in grand gestures but in the small details that make a space feel like home. She understands that true security comes not from locks and walls, but from the presence of people who care, from the knowledge that one belongs. Her divine attributes manifest in surprising ways in her modern role. Her perfect memory of every hearth she's ever tended helps her design spaces that feel immediately familiar and welcoming to people from all cultural backgrounds. Her ability to maintain multiple sacred fires simultaneously allows her to monitor and support numerous haven houses, ensuring that each maintains its atmosphere of sanctuary and hope. In times of crisis, her centers become especially vital. During natural disasters or civil unrest, haven houses transform into emergency shelters, providing safe spaces where displaced families can maintain their dignity and sense of community. Her presence helps calm panic, her ancient power creating pockets of peace amid chaos. Her role in the Narraverse draws on both her ancient wisdom and modern experience. In competition, she's not a warrior but a guardian, using her powers to create safe zones, heal allies, and maintain the strength of her team through unshakable support. Her defensive abilities are legendary. The spaces she protects become literally impregnable, wrapped in the same divine power that once made her temples inviolable sanctuaries. Yet even a goddess has vulnerabilities. Her deep empathy for the homeless and displaced can overwhelm her, and she struggles with the knowledge that she cannot help everyone. The increasing commodification of housing and the growing global housing crisis pain her deeply. She's had to learn that systematic change requires patience, that homes and communities must be built one hearth at a time. Her own living space reflects her dual nature. Her apartment above the original Haven house appears modest at first glance, but visitors find themselves inexplicably reluctant to leave its cozy confines. The space somehow manages to feel both ancient and modern. Clean lines and contemporary furniture warmed by subtle touches that echo ancient Greek domestic life. A specially designed fire feature serves as both art installation and functional heating, its flames contained in a transparent column that rises through the center of her home. In her work with other immortals, she often serves as a mediator and peacemaker. Her spaces become neutral ground where ancient rivalries can be set aside, where gods and goddesses can remember the importance of family bonds over power struggles. Even Ares and Athena find their warlike natures subdued within her domains. As humanity faces increasing challenges, climate change, housing crises, technological isolation, Hestia remains committed to her eternal mission of creating and protecting spaces where people can find belonging. She understands that the concept of home must evolve, but its essential nature, as a place of safety, nurture, and connection, remains as vital now as it was when she first took her place among the Olympians. Through Haven Network and her other initiatives, she continues to demonstrate that home is not just a physical space, but a feeling of belonging, that family can be both born and chosen, and that in a world of increasing chaos and disconnection, the simple act of gathering together around a common hearth, whether literal or metaphorical, remains one of humanity's most powerful sources of strength and renewal.